beware of over-outsourcing. What up? It is Erik J. Olson. What do I mean by over-outsourcing? All right, so in the business world, you have a choice. You can either build something or buy it. And in the services that you provide, now I'm guessing, I'm going to say that if you're a service-based business, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. You can build it yourself, meaning like you could use your own folks, your own labor to produce this thing that you then provide to your clients. Or you could buy it, meaning you could outsource it to a vendor, a partner, some other company, but basically someone else is doing it. You're just buying the results basically, and then you're sending that over to your client as if someone on your team did it maybe. So buy versus build is always the question. Now, in reality, you probably want to have a mix of both, because you want to have, certainly your own staff that knows what's going on, that can kind of figure things out and provide direction to either your team, the rest of your team, or to vendors that have a very specific skill set, or augment your existing team for one reason or another. As an example, you may need someone for one client because you're, in case that client goes away, you don't want to have five people that you have full-time on salary they have to let go. So as you grow, you may want to add capacity by outsourcing that. But what about over-outsourcing? What I mean by over-outsourcing is when you become extremely reliant on an outsourcing vendor or partner or company to do the thing that you primarily do. And I think that's what I'm kind of getting at here, is the primary role that you serve. We have gotten ourselves in this situation before. We have outsourced a complete service of ours to a vendor who we then realized couldn't quite do what we wanted. And it was a problem because we weren't locked in. We could leave at any time, but mentally we were locked in. We had given all this work to this vendor, and we had to come to grips with, how are we going to take it back? What does that mean? Do we find another vendor? Do we have to hire people? I don't even know who we're going to hire. I don't even know what other vendors are. And so mentally you're locked in and you're kind of stuck. And it's a problem that a lot of business owners have. I have it. We just went through this. You feel stuck and you're not really sure what you need to do to get unstuck. And so it just takes a while for you to make a decision. And that is the risk of over outsourcing when it goes bad. And as a business owner, you always need to think about the risk, right? Because something may sound great. Like someone on your team may come to you and be like, hey, if we outsource, we can save a bunch of money and everything's gonna be awesome. They're looking at it from the reward side. You need to look at it also from the risk side, because when everything goes to shit, which it will at some point, guess who has to fix it? All right, you may be thinking to yourself, well, if everything goes to shit, I want to fire that person that made that recommendation. Even if you do that, guess who has to fix it? Who do you think? You do. You're going to have to fix it. So you need to think about the risk. Oh, and also all of the fallout that comes with it. Pissed off clients, missed orders, you name it, having to give credits, all that stuff, right? You have to fix it. That person that made the recommendation, that's not their problem anymore, right? Especially if you fire them, not their problem. Now it's your problem. But no matter what, as the business owner, it's always your problem. Think about the risk of outsourcing too much, and especially if you have doubt about that vendor or partner. Hey there, it's Erik J. Olson. I wanted to let you know about my book, $1 Million Journey: How to Launch a 7-Figure Business. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing a $1 million business. It took me 8 years, and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways, 5 to 15 takeaways that you can apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1 Million Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.